Welcome back to Indiana Diecast Racing and the continuing action of the Final Fantasy Fracas. It's still round 2, and we've got groups 22 and 23. For Group 22, representing Down Squad Racing, Diane Chambers is back in her Patrick Starfish that she rocked her first round group with, putting up 14 points. Funky Mother Chicken had a bit of a rough first round, and Ava Lee represents one of 4 remaining drivers for them in her Science Friction. In round 1, she won 3 laps in a group that was mired by DNFs. Cookie Monster is from DRT3K, a team that typically drives deep into tournaments here at IDR. She's driving a Diesel Boy, a casting that coincidentally won one of the first tournaments we ever ran, though she only managed to place second in hers behind Grey Wizard in round 1. And my favorite driver in the whole tournament, because I love saying his name, from Rust Belt Diecast, it's Scroats McGoats. The Scottish Goat had to win a runoff against Dogtown Racing to advance after DNFing once and failing to win any laps. 3 ladies and a blue skull with an inappropriate name with Diane, Ava Lee, Cookie, and Scroats. Diane and Cookie Monster with the early lead, and they build a big gap in the top half. Diane drives over the wall in turn 2, and Cookie is now all by herself. Ava Lee and McGoat still rolling but a ways back, and lap 1 is going to go to Cookie Monster and DRT3K. That was a bit unexpected as we've yet to have anyone wreck like that in turn 2. Cookie got right on the bumper of Diane before they hit the turn, and I think the weird pointy front end of Diane's car allowed it to slide up the outside wall, and eventually Cookie tossed her over. Cookie, Ava, Scroats, and Diane after 1. Cookie Monster assumes the pole, and I kinda expect her to take off. They're quick on the inside, and Diane's not gonna be able to catch Cookie. Oddly enough, the first time she raced here, I called her Cookie Monster. DRT3K wins back-to-back. Diane is second, Scroats McGoat's third, and Ava Lee rolls off the safety barrier for a DNF. Cookie Monster just smoked everybody on lap 2, and the safety barrier again does its job to keep a wild Ava Lee on the track, but she rolls in the process and doesn't make it to the finish line. After 2, Cookie Monster leads by 4 over Scroats, who himself has a 1-point lead over Ava Lee and Diane Chambers. Protect your nuggets, fellas, as Scroats McGoats assumes the pole with Cookie Monster on the outside. Cookie the first to take advantage of that outside starting lane, and she's in great position to put up a turkey. Diane whips around turn 2 and moves into second. They get very spread out, and lap 3 is Cookie Monster, Diane Chambers, Scroats McGoats, and Ava Lee. Diane looked impressive, navigating turn 2 to move from 4th to 2nd. And Cookie Monster locks in the group victory. Diane ties things up with Scroats, both 2 points ahead of Ava Lee heading to the final lap. Ava Lee and Diane on the inside, Scroats and group winner Cookie on the outside. This bodes well for Scroats, with the fastest car behind him poised to sail down that hill. And that's just what he does, without even a push from Cookie Monster. She catches him now, and they take off. Cookie trying to pass, but not able to find a gap. Scroats McGoats of Rust Belt Diecast wins lap 4 and drives his way into round 3. That's gotta be really disappointing for Diane of Down Squad, who actually seemed to have a pretty solid car despite her early DNF. Rolling over to Group 23 for today's second half, and Down Squad Racing gets another shot right away with group leader Shannon BR in his Rogue Hog. Shannon blew away his first round group with 14 points. Also putting a second driver on track today is Funky Mother Chicken Racing with Bull Mall in his LaFasta that he drove to a group victory with 3 wins and a DNF. And DRT3K also with a second driver today with Rechelto Gearly in what I think is an animated series Batmobile. RG won a pair of laps in round 1 and came away with a group win despite only 2 points of separation across all 4 drivers. And shaking up the list of teams today is Dubious Diecast with Goulet in his Lethal Diesel. In round 1, Goulet finished second with 8 points behind Brutal of Filipiak Performance Diecast. Shannon and Bull start up front, Richelto and Goulet in the back. Believe it or not, but this is the last group of the first half of round 2, and we've only been running this round for about 3 months. Goulet wrecks in the S, allowing Bull to pull ahead. Goulet collects the field and Bull Mall will roll to an uncontested lap 1 victory. Richelto Gearley has been able to free himself and will claim 3 points for second on what could be the lap that decides the entire group. Goulet bounces off the wall just before turn 4 and can't manage to make it around. Shannon and Richelto get caught up, and it looks like the skinny body of Richelto's Batmobile is able to squeeze by in the second to last turn. A bit of wildness here to open Group 23. DRT3K on the pole for lap 2. A good jump on the inside lane, and they'll hold the lead through turn 2. Richelto leads Goulet, and he gets some separation. And that's how they'll finish. Shannon spins and takes third, and Bull Mall surprisingly goes from first to worst, but picks up a point for fourth. A quiet lap puts Richelto on top with 7. Goulet on the pole now with Richelto outside. Again the inside lane with the stronger start, and Goulet already pulling away. Bull Mall drops all the way to the back, and Group 23 spreads out. Richelto was a little loose. He slides and spins, but just beats Shannon to the line. Bull Mall crosses for fourth. This one was all Team Dubious Diecast, and Richelto had second locked up, if not for his wildness on the final straight, something we continue to see despite going to the narrower Crash Racers straight track. With 1 lap to go, Richelto Gearley has a comfortable 3-point lead. Underdogs Bull and Shannon on the inside lane, Goulet and Richelto on the potentially faster outside lane. Goulet flies out of the gate, and now he's flying down the Hogwarts Straight. Goulet gets way ahead while Richelto hangs back, preserving his car for round 3. Shannon challenges Bull for second, but I don't think it's going to matter, as Goulet has already claimed the lap. Richelto, Gearley, and Goulet tie for the group victory. Bull Mall will fall 2 points short. A big day for DRT3K, putting a pair of drivers through to the next round, while Dubious Diecast and Rust Belt Diecast double their team totals. Congratulations to Cookie Monster, Richelto Gearley, Goulet, and yes, even Scroats McGoats. This has been Jim D for Indiana Diecast Racing. Be sure to check in next time for more slightly above mediocre diecast racing and the continuing round 2 action of the Final Fantasy Fracas.